Good morning.
Very soon, right here on this island, is going to be a miniature reproduction of an overpopulated world. Yeah. You lost?
I didn't put a sheet.
Why must I be tortured again by all this?
Hey, Mr. Wacky Stuff. So yeah, I'm doing research on it because I plan on doing an actual long-form YouTube video on it. But so I'm not going to say that everybody's panicking for nothing. But I found some things in here that are interesting. So a lot of the outcries I was hearing was about sorry, Mr. Wacky, that's my bot. I didn't know it was doing that. Let me see if I can change that. The bot is new. Here, I'm gonna post it up on the. It deleted it for some reason. Not sure why it would do that. Can you try posting something long again and see if the bot kicks it out? So yeah, so I'm new, right? With this whole bot and streaming thing. This is kind of a rebrand for me, and I'm on Twitch. So if something is happening that you don't like, please don't take it as a personal insult. Let me know about it so that I can try and fix it. Did that help? Did that keep the message in chat? Oh, it's always so sad when my tea runs out. No, I didn't. I want to be honest about it? I don't know what I want. This is all, I signed up with Streamlabs as my bot, and it had a bunch of this chatbot stuff on by default. So I honestly don't know which one should be turned on and which one shouldn't. But I definitely want people to be able to talk and chat. I don't know why you would have, or why you would care if someone posted a bunch of lines. Honestly, kind of weird. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. You might know more than I do. I'm just now starting to do research on this. I wouldn't call myself a heavy user, but I'm in Reddit a lot, and people were just complaining, like losing their shit. They were so beside themselves about this new firmware update. Like they weren't, and I think it was mostly from print farmers. Let's see, bamboo printers, by far the best in the market. All right, so I do it as a hobby. I just started doing it for income. I have a P1S sitting over here working on a client project right now. This is actually my first client project. This is my first thing. And I got a resin printer in the tent right here. But, I mean, they even say here, they do say things like, hey, you know, our firmware is going to require authorization, right? And they talk about having to use Bamboo Studio, but they talk right down here that are going to have a network plugin for third-party slicers. So they're saying that there's going to be a network plugin for tools like Orca Slicer that are no longer able to utilize Studio's network plugin API. For these users, Bamboo Connect client software will act as a replacement. This new software removes slicing functions while enabling remote control and print initiation. So it sounds like, yes, they are sort of adding new security to cut some things off, but at the same time, they're giving a path for other slicers to still use them. I don't understand why people are so upset. So they talk here, Bamboo Connect client software. Make this experience more secure for all users, but still keep access to printer control using other slicer. I love how their English is so bad. We are providing a new software tool called Bamboo Connect. That tool will link with Bamboo Lab 3D printers. It securely transmits sliced Bamboo Lab G code and 3MF files to your printer using a smooth and reliable printing experience. Yeah, I know, and I get that. And, you know, I come from an IT this is not my day job, right? This is something I do for fun. I started streaming it. Would I one day like to have a full-time job printing and doing things? Yeah, that'd be awesome. But right now, my day job is IT. I've been in IT for 20 plus years, and I understand the open source aspect, kind of, but honestly, at the end of the day, as long as I can do what I need to do, I don't care if the software is open source or not. Now, again, I'm not a print farm, so I don't know how this might affect someone who's running 10, 20, 30 printers. I'm running 2. I've got a resin printer and the FDM printer, so I don't it's not going to affect me at all. But maybe it does affect. You said you do it for a living, so do you have a print farm, like more than a couple of printers? All right, so right here they're talking about how it's not an integration. Yeah, that's true. I would agree with that one. Anything that's open to the internet has the potential to have issues. So it's saying down here, I'm going to put this in my notes. So what it's saying is it's not an integration, right? So it's not like Orca Slicer can connect to Bambu Connect and then send it. It says here that you have to slice. After installation, you can export a sliced 3MF file from Orca Slicer, open them with Bambu Connect, and then send it to your printer. So they're acting like Bambu Connect is maybe not an API of sorts, but maybe a third-party software that you have to... That would be annoying. Not be able just to hit send when you're done slicing. I imagine if you do that a lot during the day, and if you're already hitting the button, then I would just choose to do it in Bambu. I wouldn't use Orca. Not that I've used Orca much, right? I haven't. I thought you could do fuzzy skin with Bambu. Does it just have more fuzzy skin options? Oh, okay, I understand. So you're talking about like just making a certain area and not the... Okay, yeah, that would be nice. I've not used fuzzy skin. Oh, okay, yeah, I've done that. It's coming to the X series first. The one I had, the P1S, is further down the road. Right now it's beta, so you can choose to install it or not. But I understand where people are coming from. Because when it goes out live, when it's not beta, you can either choose to install it or not, but if you choose not to install it, you're probably not going to get all the fixes, bug fixes and things that come with a firmware update because you're choosing not to install it and you've pretty much stopped the update of your machine at that point.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Yeah, kind of, but... So, I didn't see it coming either, and I'm a tech guy, but at the same time, I don't have a lot of experience with 3D printers. But, you know, also, and I said this earlier, being a tech guy, you know, I run a fairly large network at the office, and this isn't the first time where I've been locked in, right? So I can get this network switches, right? That is a perfect example. I can get you can get Unify, right? Unify switches work with everything. There is no ongoing cost to logging into the back end and changing port settings and all that kind of stuff. However, Unify doesn't work well in large network environments. They can't handle the traffic load. So if I want to truly properly distribute heavy traffic load, I've got to get switches like Extreme Networks or Ingenious or Aruba. And all of those guys are very proprietary. They're license driven, which means if I don't maintain the license, the switch won't stop working, but I'm not allowed to log in and make changes anymore. So I'm kind of used to that world where if I want high performing equipment, I have got to be locked into an ecosystem. Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. You know, I'm not negative against open source stuff. I've used a lot of open source software over the years, but in my also, God forbid someone hacks you and honestly, if someone did that to my printer, I would probably, that would be the highlight of my day. I would be laughing. I would be upset about the loss of plastic, but that would be funny. I don't know. I think people don't understand open source well enough is one of the reasons why it leads to this. Open source can be great, but it is also costly. People don't understand that open source really isn't free, right? We looked at going to an open source student management system when I worked at a university in IT, and even though the software was free, we would have had to have hired 10 programmers to maintain it. Yeah, that would be funny. I would imagine at some point they've had complaints from customers about the printers getting attacked. That's the only thing I can think of. As you know as well as I do, a company is not going to go to this length and spend the resources and money it takes to go to this length unless they have to, right? Unless there was a problem. I've not known many companies that fix problems before they're an issue, so this must have become an issue at some point. The real issue here is bamboo are only best printers in the market. If they were only as good as Ender, no one would care. So many people have bought in, yeah. Yeah, and you know, people don't understand network security very well and why it's important. So it's not just about someone hacking in and printing a schlong on your printer. If they can get into your printer that is on your network, they are now in your network, right? And most people don't even consider network security as something they need to worry about. Everything on the inside of their network is open, right? So they trust that NAT firewall if you're a home user, or your firewall if you're a corporate user, and you think that if I've got that block there, nothing makes it in, then all the stuff on the inside is very insecure, right? You might put up a file share that has no password on it because it's easy and no one from the outside can get to it, and everyone on the inside needs it. So yeah, maybe you could claim that, but you know, I would hope that anyone who is printing ABS or nylon or resin, like I'm doing, that you've got the proper PPE and venting set up. And it's only going to last as long as the roll lasts. For me, this is a network guy, I would be more concerned about someone breaking into the printer and getting inside my network. Now, I don't have open shares or anything like that on the inside. My wife hates my passwords and the security that I do, but to get to anything anywhere on the inside of my network, you still have to have security. Well, no, though, that's correct, right? So I can be as dumb as I want to be. I can have open network shares on my hard drives and everything else because I think I'm fine, nobody can get in. And maybe they can. I'm behind a NAT firewall. There's probably no way they can get in. But if they get in through this printer and they get to my financial documents or whatever, I'm going to sue Bamboo because they let them in. Yeah, no, that's so true. Or that disclaimer on the curling iron. Have you ever seen that one? See, right here it says, before announcing this change, we shared it with the lead Orca Slicer developer to ensure alignment and collaboration. So it sounds like they're working with Orca. Yeah, I think people have overblown this by a large margin. Oh, it's like, I'm older. I'm in my mid-40s, so I don't know how old you are if you remember this, but there was a lawsuit where the lady at McDonald's spilt the hot coffee on herself and sued and won. And that's why the coffee things at McDonald's have like all this warning labels and all over the coffee. Forget when that was. No, say I'm not knocking her for it. She was within her legal rights to do it. But it's like, I don't know. I think it's silly that she sued because the coffee was hot. You should assume that when you buy coffee, it's hot coffee. Maybe you should have sued because they were unsafe in how they handed it to her through the window or across the counter. I forget which one it was. Maybe you could sue because the cup wasn't very secure and it caused a hazard. I could see that as being a viable lawsuit. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm trying to keep up with long form content on my YouTube channel. I'm streaming to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. But I'm also trying to build up my YouTube channel from scratch, right? So I need long form content. So I'm going to do a video this afternoon probably about this. And I'm probably not going to be the most popular guy in the world when it comes to some of the conclusions I'll draw from it. But maybe it'll at least get people, instead of rapping about it, talking about it, right? Because, you know, they're also a business, right? They're not going to want to lose customers. I think they're going to listen to customer feedback. Yeah, that's right there. That is probably the best statement I've read on it. Do I like it? No. Do I think it's a big issue? No. So, we'll have to see how it flushes out. I think this is probably the last time I do a multicolor print. The amount of waste is egregious. And I'm kind of glad I bought the AMS system, but I'm kind of not glad that I bought the AMS system. Yeah, I did that. I tried dialing in my purge settings and everything, but I've got a client project. Okay, so one, full transparency, this is my first client project, and I'm learning, right? So one, I've run out of filament and I had to use a color I didn't really want to use. So I'm going to have to go back and do some painting, apparently, because of my miscalculations. But, dude, the purge is just, it was like 4 colors, and I tried to be as efficient as I could with it, and it's just ludicrous the amount of waste I have. And I don't have a way to recycle it. So yeah, I think from now on, I'll do a single, if it's a multicolor, I think I'll just do a single color and then paint, because it's ridiculous. And the time. It's not a multi-head system. I don't know if the Prusa XL, I think, has the multi-head. I don't know if it's any faster, but I've been printing on this project for 3 days now. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 5 items on the build plate. No, 6 items on the build plate. One of them failed. Yeah, I've got an Excel spreadsheet I used. I found a guy who created a Google spreadsheet, where you put in the amount of filament used, the time it takes to print, your time, if there's any finishing involved, if there's parts involved, and it helps me calculate it all up and everything. But so I had one failed, and I skipped it. And ended up printing that one in resin because I didn't want to lose time. I'm sorry, my brain farted. Sure, I would love to. I'll do that here in just a second. See, this is the one I resin printed, and I just painted. Right, it didn't really take me that long to paint because it's not too many colors. And a lot less waste. On the resin side, I do not like. I'm debating on whether I like the detergent. It doesn't have the smell of IPA and stuff, but it is takes forever to dry. Alright, so the reason I used FDM on this one is these are an outdoor thing. This is basically something that they are going to be placing on a grave site. Just little trinkets that they wanted for their for the person who was a Star Wars fan. How do I link this to where... If I give you the copy with this link, can you copy it into your Excel? Oh, really? I didn't know that about resin. That's pretty interesting. Copy. I'm not really sure how I share this with you. Don't use Google Docs. I'm going to copy the link. I think you can make a copy into your own Google account. All right, great. I'm going to go ahead and take the share back off then. You have to mess with the advanced inputs and stuff, I think. That gives you all your baselines. So he has instructions on here, which is really cool. And so I didn't make this. I got it from someone else. And I wish if I remember the dude's name, I would give him the credit right here, because this is a really cool thing. But you can actually go in here and adjust all these values in order to get the values that make sense for you. And then at the end, you calculate up everything, and then it gives you your margin, right? Markups. And you can adjust based on that. Jesse, here's my print. And here was the original. When I get these done, I'm printing the spikes, and then I want to glue these to the spikes to make a little lawn ornament. And I am going to varnish them so that they last a little longer outside. I think I did a matte varnish on this guy. Might put another coat on there, but that looks pretty good. Yeah, I know, right? So, again, first time doing a contract for somebody, and I've learned a lot doing this. And like I said, I will not do a 4-color print again. I'm sure the AMS system has its uses, but it's not efficient. It's time consuming. I would have been better off I've got a chocolate PLA. I would have been better off printing in chocolate the entire thing, and then going back through painting the black, the red, and the whites. And the greens, right? So the Shamrock one, that's green, and that's supposed to be a green hat. So yeah, I would have done this a lot differently, but I'm already 3 days in, and it's almost done. What I'll end up doing in order to cover up, because I ran out of filament, I also didn't calculate properly how much filament I had. So I've got all kinds of weird colors in there, which means I'm going to have to prime it, and then I'm going to have to paint. So you know what? Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. So, I could, from what I understand, I haven't done it yet, but if I stack all 4 slots with the exact same filament, it won't stop when one runs out. It'll go to the next one. So I'm probably just going to buy something more neutral, like maybe a light gray filament, and just stack that. And then I print everything in light gray. If I need it in a different color, I can paint it. The resin stuff is going pretty good. I like the resin stuff. Yeah. I got the resin stuff for the detail right. So here's the Han Solo that I did and ended up and painted. It turned out really well, I think. So one of the other things I'm doing, I didn't realize how much I would love the painting aspect of the hobby. So I'm doing FDM prints and stuff for clients, and I'll do resin stuff for clients too, but I just love painting. I didn't think I would like it so much, and I can't keep everything, right? I've made several statues for myself. I got a Rick and Morty done. I did a Master Chief from Halo. I did a DeLorean from Back to the Future, a bigger one that's sitting over there. But I don't have a lot of room to keep displaying this kind of stuff. So what I'm on my future plan is that I am going to pick a print it, paint it, try if I can to live stream whenever I'm working on them, make a video about it at the end, and then give it away. So I tried mini painting. I want to say 2 or 3 years ago, I bought some Reaper minis and a Reaper starter painting kit to teach you how to paint minis. And I actually really enjoyed it. I have some of these. I don't know if you can get very well on camera that close. I painted these guys, which I thought turned out really well. There was also this little skeleton dude. Skeleton archer. But I don't play, right? I don't have a group of people I can play with. I've never really played any of the miniature game. So I probably won't be printing that kind of stuff. What I have been doing is I subscribed to the Light Sheet Slicer, my resin stuff, and I subscribed to their library, and I've been going through and printing stuff from their library. That's where I got the Han Solo. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm sure it's fun, and I'm sure I would enjoy it. There's not anybody to play with around here. I'm kind of out in the country, rural, and so if I paid an extra, so I had to pay to use this slicing software. And if I paid an extra $10 a month, I got access to their library. I've been kind of printing stuff out of this because not all of them, but most of them are pre-supported. Hey, thank you for following. I appreciate that. Most of them are pre-hollowed, pre-holed, pre-supported, pre-sliced. Yeah, dude, I enjoyed the chat too. I appreciate you coming out. If you're heading out, I hope you have a good rest of your... You're overseas, so I'm not really sure what time it is or what day it is, but whatever, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Yeah, I don't want to do that because 01 Creations, I want to be something that's legitimate. Well, I had to have the software anyway. I liked Lychee. It's a pay model software, and I liked it, and I thought I would just give it a try. For a month and pay the extra fee. If I don't like it, I can always go back down to the regular version of the software, not the library. But they've got some pretty cool models in here. I'm working on right now. It is primed and in my tent. I think I'm going to work on painting that probably this afternoon. It's a Alistair from Has Been Hotel. They've got some miniature stuff on here, like this one, the Lion's Tower print, paint, play. But again, I've not played any of these, so I don't know what the game's about or anything. Oh, really? I've not seen it. My daughter loves the show and asked if I could print something for it. So instead of giving this one away on stream, I think she wanted it. So I'm probably just going to give it to her. She's 12. Yeah, they've also got some not safe for work stuff on this one. Oh, let me find it. Let me see if I can find it. I'm printing this print. I did not spell skeleton right. Check this out. I'm so printing these. I don't know why, but when I saw these, I almost fell out of my chair the first time. They got some other cool stuff, like they've got some Dragon Ball Z stuff. I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, even though I already have some collectibles in that. They've got some cool stuff there. This Deadpool looked pretty cool. I love this Leonardo. I'm planning on doing that. I don't know if I have the painting skills yet to go inside that. That's awesome. Oh, and I would love to do Ghost Rider, but I would need to get some transparent resin, because what I would want to do is I would want to paint or print the entire thing in a transparent resin, and then that way the flames, if you paint it just right, would stay transparent. That would be really cool. But eventually, I'm probably going to buy prints and print them. And there's like 64 pages of stuff on here. All right, hang on. Buy alcohol resin ink. It's cheap. You can dye your own clear printer resin. Let me look that up. That has me curious. All right, so you're only that alcohol.
You just got to realize that everybody's going to be on your tail from 5 o'clock until the day you die.
All right, alcohol resin. Works with printer resin. So what do you do with it? Super concentration alcohol ink or pigment ink features super concentrated utilizing high crust. Yeah. Dude, you said pigmented like 16 times in that sentence. Oh, so basically you're talking about the change the color of the resin. So you're saying if I wanted, say, I have gray resin, right? And if I wanted it to be blue, I could mix some of this in with it, turns it blue, I can print the blue part. Okay. Gotcha, okay. That makes a lot of sense. So on the, like the Ghost Rider, let's see how, I'll go ahead and just download it and we'll see how they, if they have it split to where you could print the flames separate, that would be nice. So for my printer, it's more than one plate, and that's normal. I got the Saturn IV Ultra. So it looks like they have the chain and flames as one unit. Yeah, no, I bought the, when I decided to start the hobby, I bought the Saturn IV Ultra. Elegoo had a deal where I got the printer, I got the wash and cure station, the version 3, and 2 bottles of resin for like $5.49 US. So that was the flames are part of the frame. The flames aren't separate. Have you tried the resin detergents? I'm using Elegoo's resin detergent right now. I think I'm using all of it. Yeah, I don't have another bottle. It works really well. I throw the prints in, do a 5-minute wash, and they come out clean. People have told me though, yeah, so people have, I'm trying ISO next, so when this gets too dirty to use, because people have told me, and I'm still trying to do research on it, that you can sort of recycle IPA to use over again once it gets too dirty. This stuff, I don't think I'll be able to. I think once it gets dirty enough, I'm going to have to set it out to cure and properly dispose of it. So from what I understand, and I've been doing some research on it, yes, you can take IPA that is dirty, and you can cure the resin in it, filter it, and reuse it. However, some of the chemicals, MOCs I think they call them, do not filter out. Doesn't matter what you filter with. I've seen people on YouTube using elaborate filter systems. The only way to truly get those out is you have to distill the IPA, and then it becomes pure IPA again, and you can reuse it infinitely. But I don't have a Yeah, if you distill it, you can reuse it forever, but I don't have a distiller, so mostly I did it because of the fumes, right? I was thinking that this is my studio inside. I converted a room in our house to my art studio, basically. And I've got this fume tent sitting here. It's hooked to a blower that blows out into the attic because I'm on the second floor and there's an attic right behind this wall, right over here. And I pump everything out to it. I was afraid about the IPA because of the motor that I bought. I don't think is sparkless on the brush motor. So I was afraid that if I had too many fumes in the tank, the motor might ignite them. Yeah. So, I mean, I have the wash station, right? It's got a... And the other bad thing I don't like about detergent comes in a 5-liter bottle, right? This wash machine here is max 7.5 liters. And I can't just set the plate, because it's made to where you can set the plate down on the washer and then just turn it on and wash the plate and everything. I can't do that because it doesn't reach the detergent because I only had a 5-liter bottle of it. So what I do is I have to break everything off the plate and put it in separately. I also really wish Elegoo had a mounting thing to where you can mount the plate sideways so that the plate drips off really well and you don't waste some of that resin that's on top of that plate, because the Saturn IV plate kind of sucks. I don't like it. It's hard to clean off. Yeah, so I don't wash the plate either because I figure what's the point? You're reusing it. There's no point in washing the plate. I would just like to get more resin off the top of the plate because I have a silicone mat that I basically put the plate on so that I can scrape the prints off, and I lose some of the resin onto that. I mean, it's not a ton. I do leave it sitting for a long time, at least a couple hours before I remove it from the printer, so most of it has dripped off. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. No, I don't think it's because something bad happened. I was just trying to leave it on long enough to make sure all the resin dripped off back into the vat so I don't waste resin. Because this is expensive, it's not cheap. But honestly, I had more of a better experience printing that Chewbacca on my resin printer than I do these FDM ones. I still think FDM is great for functional parts, but I think if I do more of the Chewbaccas or any kind of a print like that, I think I may do resin and not do FDM for that. Yeah, that's a good statement. That's a good statement. I like that. Yeah, that's very true. And I need to get some mill put or some UV putty or something so that I can fill in the holes easier. I didn't bother filling in the holes on this guy since he's going to be going outside anyway. I haven't tried it yet. That's what I've been told. I follow a guy here on Twitch. He's from the UK too, Mimic. He's really good at this stuff, and he was talking to me about mill put. And I think I can get it here. Yeah, I can get it. Oh, that's pretty cool. And it's not too expensive. I mean, like 10 bucks. Although I wish I had more options of getting this kind of stuff here at a store in the US instead of having to order on Amazon all the time. I've got a hobby shop in the next town over. I might go see if they have something. So yeah, it's going. You can see all my flubs in the different colors. So the one thing that annoyed me is I really wanted some good paintbrushes. And again, I'm new to the hobby and I'm new to painting. It's not like I was a canvas painter or anything before this, so I didn't really know a lot about brushes. So I was buying cheap brushes. And the bristles were coming off and were like shooting off in different directions and making me make messes on my, they weren't clean lines when I was painting. So I was doing some research and I found these brushes called Squid brushes or Squidward, or it's from a company in the UK, I think. But I can't buy them here in the US because they use Squidmar. Yeah, that's it. They got banned here in the US. So the story was he put out a video on his YouTube channel talking about it. Apparently they use the hair of some animal that isn't an endangered species or anything, but illegal traffickers were purposely labeling incoming shipments in the US as that animal to bypass customs. And so because they were doing that, the US added that animal to the ban list so that bad guys couldn't use it as a cover, and now that bans those from coming into the US. No, I can't get sable. That's the point. Sable is an animal that has been put on the ban list for import in the US. Apparently, I guess some African traffickers or something were labeling shipments as Kalinsky sables to bypass customs for some other illegal animal, and so they got added to the list. I heard they were good brushes, that's all I know. Well, yeah, there's quite a few. I got some in here recently. No, I guess my wife ordered them, so they're not on my list. I got some brushes in. Yeah, the package is long gone. I'm not really sure what brand they are. All right, man, Mr. Wacky, I appreciate you coming out. It was awesome getting to talk to you. Hope I'll see you next time. with that, I am going to take a short break, and I'll be right back.
Wiggle and brush. Wiggle, 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 and brush.
Will you ever even...
Okay, so let's get a wider shot. A little wider shot of the studio as I walk around and work. Let's see how much longer. God. Hats.
I broke my pencil.
Here you are.
This probably would be a lot easier to.
Still love.
Even 10 minutes is a long time to be away from you.
All right, guys, I think that's going to be it for me this morning. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. I got some planning to do for this afternoon. So I hope I will see you guys next time.